no longer money, okay? I'm done with this. I can only feel maybe 5% of my feet.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Wendy Williams' son, Kevin Hunter Jr., has revealed some absolutely horrifying news about his mother, with him saying that she is on the verge of death and that she's been used relentlessly by her team for money and clout. This is some truly shocking news, so let's get right into it.
Crying and, kicking your feet and screaming and stuff, but you got 10 seconds to do that and then get up and go.
Kevin feels that Wendy's mental and physical well-being has been at risk ever since she was placed under guardianship last year. He's worried that her health concerns have been overlooked while others around her are profiting from her projects. In his own words, Kevin said, "I know there are all sorts of things happening that I know in her right mind she would never agree to. As hard as it is seeing her being taken advantage of, I know that if I'm making sure she, as a person, is okay, that is the important thing. Because eventually she's going to realize the craziness that's been going on."
Cry a lot, but so tears of late are nothing new to me.
You're not crying right now, though.
No,
Confirming recent reports, Kevin revealed that Wendy was hospitalized in New York last month. He received a call from Wendy's jeweler-turned-manager, Will Selby, who informed him about her hospitalization. Interestingly, Kevin hadn't heard from Will in several months before that call. He mentioned Will called to tell me she was in the hospital and shared that their last conversation had been at the end of last year.
I'm shocked. So you're able to move around fine with 5%?
Listen to what I'm telling you. I already told you about my feet, okay?
Right.
I have lymphedema.
During the interview, Kevin mentioned that nobody from Wendy's team, her guardianship, or the court involved in her case had informed him about her release from the hospital. He also wasn't updated about her alleged move out of New York. On May 20th, Wendy's representative, Sean Zanotti, made a statement to another outlet denying the reports about Wendy being hospitalized in New York. Sean said, "I can confirm that Wendy Williams is not in the hospital, as reported. I can also confirm she is not in New York." However, Wendy had already canceled her scheduled speaking engagement at the Atlanta Women's Expo, citing her declining health. Kevin has been openly expressing his concern about the people currently surrounding his mother, Wendy, who he feels are profiting off her situation. In his own words, he said, "What's been made more important by the people around her is that while her health may not be great, she needs to keep on earning income. And in my opinion, that should not be a priority at all. And whoever has been hired, they are taking advantage of someone who needs to get better." During Wendy's time living with him in Florida from late 2021 to the spring of 2022, Kevin took great care of her. He mentioned that he would take her to restaurants that didn't serve alcohol and that he had her exercising and eating healthier. One of the most concerning issues for Kevin is Wendy's alcoholism. He believes that her alcohol consumption is different from that of a normal person. Kevin explained, "I know the rate that she uses alcohol isn't like a normal person, and we've spoken about it. I've said, this is one thing where you don't know how to approach it normally, and that's fine. And it's gotten to a point where, yes, it could have that effect that it might be fatal because it affects her way worse than a normal person since it stays in her system." According to Kevin, Wendy's various health issues have a compounding effect, making her body unable to process alcohol like an average person. He noted, "There are a lot of people who are very aware that there is an issue with her drinking and how that issue may be helped, but I think these people are taking advantage of it while allowing it to play out to make it look like they aren't causing the issue." Kevin revealed that Wendy spent nearly 3 months in a rehab facility in Malibu from August to October 2022 for her alcoholism. However, he was disturbed to learn that his mother signed contracts either during or after her stay, forming working arrangements with her jeweler and manager, Will. He expressed his disappointment, saying, "They had her in a position where she was agreeing to a lot that she shouldn't have. When I heard that, that turned me off. In trying to attempt to know what everyone's intention is around her, at first I was like, okay, this is the team she wants to have around. But once I heard that she was agreeing to stuff around her rehab, I thought, well, okay, they are taking advantage." Kevin also noticed that whenever his mother tries to seek the help she desperately needs, certain individuals take the opportunity to isolate her. He shared his thoughts, stating, "I feel that when it comes to people wanting to help her, a lot of it is coming from a stance of, okay, she's alone now. Let's try to see how we can make her act the way we want her to act, or if we can kind of control the rate at which she's handling herself." Moreover, Kevin believes that his mother's team has inadvertently encouraged her drinking. He expressed his belief, saying if they aren't providing it, they are definitely enabling a type of personality and giving her the green light to drink. In April, when Wendy was seen bar hopping, her publicist, Sean, referred to it as a celebration. Kevin found this statement problematic, saying, "They're just putting their hands up. When someone's hired help, it's very easy to just allow certain things to play out. As much as someone may try to say that they're there for somebody if you're being hired to be there, there is only so much you could say to that person." At the end of 2022, Kevin claimed that Will, Wendy's jeweler, approached him with an offer to be part of the project. Kevin recalled, "The jeweler reached out to me last year and he basically said, 'We are planning on this project being a way that would tell the public about what's happening,' and I was opposed to it. I felt like, and I still feel like, she shouldn't be doing anything that involves putting herself in front of the camera." For Kevin, the issue boils down to prioritizing work over Wendy's well-being. He stated, "It goes back to putting working first and herself second." Despite being offered a lucrative opportunity with an executive producer credit, Kevin turned it down. He explained, "And I chose to not do it for the simple fact that I just felt like however this came about was under a contract she shouldn't have agreed to, for a project that wouldn't paint her in a good light." In response to the allegations against him, Will Selby, Wendy's manager, offered a brief comment saying, "No comment because half of this stuff isn't even true. Majority of this is false." When pressed further, Will claimed to have had a face-to-face conversation with Kevin in Miami, emphasizing his willingness to address any issues. Moving on to Wendy's guardianship, Kevin expressed his dissatisfaction with Sabrina Morrissey, Wendy's guardian. Wendy was placed under guardianship after her bank accounts were frozen due to concerns of financial exploitation, dementia, or undue influence. Kevin voiced his concerns, stating, "It's been really sad what's been allowed to happen, and ever since the court hearings ended, something just has to be brought to light about what's going on and how much people are taking in this situation." Kevin also pointed out the perceived relationship between Sabrina and the jeweler, suggesting that their connection might have influenced the situation. He said, "I know that Sabrina has a relationship with the jeweler, and I would assume, though, that they are cool with each other. This is how this was created, and it seems like it's more about making sure he is okay." Expressing disappointment with Sabrina's handling of Wendy's affairs, Kevin criticized her lack of communication with the family and questioned her true intentions. He stated, "I don't feel like Sabrina has done a great job at all. I think that based on her actions, I'd have to assume something is going on that she's not telling me." Kevin stressed, "I think that it's best for her to have to prioritize her health first. Nobody around her will tell her this, but she doesn't have to be working." He expressed his hope that the current people around Wendy in New York won't lead her down the wrong path and emphasized his desire for her to receive proper help and support. In Kevin's eyes, something has gone awry since Wendy returned to New York City. He reflected, "When she was with me, none of these articles of her not looking well ever came out. When she got dragged back up there to New York City after the court hearings, that started happening, and from that perspective, something has gone wrong." Despite the challenging circumstances, Kevin remains hopeful and prays that those in control will pave the way for Wendy's recovery. That's all for the video, folks. Thanks for watching.